Hi, I'm Kayla, the BookTube Turtle, and today I am doing my February update wrap-up. So I started this kind of update thing last month. You can check out the January video in the cards, where I basically just update on the books I read, the writing that I accomplished, and like any other goals that I had. So we're just gonna get right into it and start with books. So I read 4 books this month, which is lower than last month, but I also had a lot of other stuff going on. So I'm still really proud that I read 4 books because I've read like a total of 11 books so far this year, and it's March 1st right now. So that's crazy that I've already read that much. So first I reread Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series, which I am rereading throughout 2021. So yeah, it's not my favorite of the series, but I still really enjoyed it and I really liked getting to read it again, and it was really interesting because there's so much foreshadowing in this book for like later books that I just didn't catch the first time around because I didn't know. But like reading it the second time, I was constantly just like, oh. Like, wow, like these little things were set up like way ahead of time. The next book that I read was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This book, I had been wanting to read it for kind of a while because I had like seen stuff about it on book places, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And my university has a like media sale every year, and where like everything is like $1 and all of the money gets donated to like public schools that need like more funding for like books and stuff. So anyway, I found Red Rising there and I was just like, well, I've been wanting to read this, so I'm just gonna get it. And so I read it. It was really good. It was definitely slow for about like the first third of the book maybe, and like to the point where like I almost DNF'd it because I was just like, I'm not having a good time. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this. But like honestly, right at the point that I was like, I don't know if I want to continue this, it got really good really fast. So I read like the last 2/3 of it over the course of like 2 days maybe. I like could not put it down after that. So to give a little bit about what it's about, it's like this dystopian novel that takes place on Mars, and everyone is like divided in like this caste system that's ranked by like colors, and the main character is a red, which is the lowest on the tier. And things happen. I'm terrible at describing stuff. I am so sorry. Things happen and he like ends up like disguising himself as a gold, which is the highest level, in order to like infiltrate the system. It's a whole thing. It has the kind of like second half of the book has very like Hunger Games vibes. So if that's something enjoyable to you and you think you can make it through that first part that's like really slow, I recommend it. The next book I read, which was another reread, was Riser by Becca C. Smith. Becca is another like booktube, authortube person. I will link her channel in the description. So yeah, I read this trilogy like a couple years ago and I really loved it, and I just had the urge to read it again this year, so that's what I'm doing. And I've read the first book so far. And it's just like a really fast and really fun book to read. It's about a girl named Chelson who can control the dead. And that can be like people, plants, bugs, anything pretty much. It's also like a dystopian novel, and it's set in the future, and there's like this whole thing where once you reach a certain age, you're allowed to start taking this pill that basically makes you immortal, and you just like stop growing and getting older, and like yeah, so there's also like a whole struggle in the novel of like overpopulation and like sketchy things that are being done to control the population. Yeah, it's good, it's fun. The last book that I read in February was A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is the novella in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. This book, I don't even know when it came out, like a while ago I think, but I just like had no interest in reading it for some reason, because I was just like, I just finished this trilogy. I'm not prepared to get into other stuff right now. But anyway, since A Court of Silver Flames came out recently, I was just like, well, I have to read that, so I guess I'm gonna read this novella first. But I really liked the novella. I had a lot of fun reading it. I mean, not a ton happens because it is a novella, so it's pretty short compared to the other books, and it's really just kind of there to like bridge the gap between like the first trilogy that's like more focused on Feyre and the second trilogy, which I think is more focused on Nesta. So yeah, those are the books I read in February, and like I said, I've now read 11 books, which means I got to mark off that I've read 10 books so far towards my goal of 50, so that's really exciting. I sent out Beyond the Fire, my sequel to Beyond the Gates. I sent it out to beta readers, which is really exciting, and I should be hearing back from them with their like notes and feedback and stuff like pretty soon, and I'm very excited to see what other people think. I also outlined the third book in the series that's called Beyond the Dark. As of right now, the title could change, but I'm pretty settled on that one for now, so that's what we're going with. But I outlined that. I'm going to make a separate video talking about like my outlining process and all of that, so be on the lookout for that. And the most exciting thing is I got to start the first draft of Beyond the Dark. I have not written a first draft for this series since my senior year of high school, which was 4 years ago, is when I wrote the very first draft of book 2. So like, it's been a minute, and it's just, I love first drafts. I'm gonna make a video about first drafts too, but I just am having such a great time writing this book. I'm very excited. That's pretty much all I can say about it. I mean, I am planning to work on it like on and off throughout the year, depending on like what I'm doing with book 2. So like I'm working on book 3 right now because book 2 is still out to my betas. So there's just gonna be like switching back and forth for whatever needs to be done for book 2 so that I can make sure it still comes out on time. I have a goal to post 1 YouTube video every month, and in February I posted 2 videos, so pretty happy about that. And I'm really excited about March because I have a lot of ideas, and I think there's gonna be a lot of videos this month, so I'm really excited to see what happens and share more content with you all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was my February. Let me know what goals you accomplished this month, what books you read, anything you want to talk about, just comment below. I love talking to you all, so thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.